Welcome back to the channel, guys, and I hope you all are doing amazingly fine. Well, it's been a while, I know, since the last video, and you guys showed so much love over the last video. Thank you for that. I hope it helped you. If you haven't checked it out, you should go and check it out here when I'm talking about why it's important for you to have a degree, or should you have a degree before you start CPL. But the big news is that we are starting a new series on this channel, and you guys have been asking for it for a very long time. And this particular series is going to have multiple episodes, and I'm going to talk about my life as a pilot, why I chose to be a pilot, what are the ups and downs that I faced, and what you should do differently from what I did, and how you can become a really good pilot if you get things right, you start things right. So this series is going to be pretty amazing, and I'm pretty sure that you guys are going to love it. You guys are going to show the same amount of love and support that you've been showing for this channel since the very beginning. So with that said, if you're new around here and you love aviation, you love flying, you want to know more about CPL and how to become a commercial pilot in India, well, consider subscribing. Also hit the notification bell so that you're notified for every new video that I put up right in the front row. I don't know what I said. I don't know why I said that. But anyways, let's get started. So this first episode of this series, I'm going to talk about how I ended up joining commercial pilot license training, why I did it, what were my other options, and all of that, and like where did I take admission, and what did I see. Okay, now this series is basically going to be helpful for anyone who has no family background and who has no one in the family who is a pilot, or any friends of any family friends or anything, no close relatives, and who is completely unaware of what this field is like. Okay, aviation is a very glamorous, a very risky, I would say, and a field which is very sophisticated with all of this, like the people that enter and all of that sort. So we're going to talk about so many things on a very personal basis with you guys. I'm going to do that really things which are really close to my heart is going to come out in these videos. So to start with, after clearing my 10 plus 2, just like you guys, like most of my viewers are who are either in 11th, 12th, or who are either just like finishing up their 12th. So just like you, I had two career options in front of me, like every other Indian kid: become a doctor or become an engineer. Okay, now being a pilot, I'll be very honest, being a pilot was always my choice of job, my choice of profession. This was something that I wanted to do since I was a child. Okay, I was really fascinated towards helicopters, towards planes, and all of that sort. So when I was a kid, I remember this one time when my mother had taken me to the Pawan's airport, Juhu airport, which was pretty open back then. Now it is like fenced and everything, but at that time it was open. And I'd gone there, I was seeing helicopters, and I think I was like 7 or 8. I was very young. I was like a kid. Not even young, I was a kid. So, and I was really fascinated with all of these machines. No idea how they flew. I had nothing, no background, no one. Okay, I basically come from a middle class family, and whatever I have right now, it's all of my parents' hard work, my hard work, and all of that. So back then it was not like this, and things were different. Okay, so choosing aviation as a career, my dad and my mother both, they were very supportive about it. But of course, like any other parent, they were also concerned that what about the job part later. What they were not worried about spending the amount of money and investing that much on me, but they were worried about what after that, and that I'm sure is the concern of most of you watching this. So my parents, initially we kept our options open. Okay, so after my 10th, I was studying for the JEE, the IIT JEE open exam. That was a year when JEE mains and JEE advanced was introduced. So I was like really studying my ass off for that, trust me. I was studying. Okay, 12th came in. I had good marks in my 10th. I was an above average student since school time. So 12th I scored good marks. I even cleared my JEE mains, and I was all set to join an engineering college. And In fact, I got admission in one of the good colleges in Mumbai as well. And while I was scrolling through my options on Google back then, so this was somewhere in 2014, if I'm not wrong. And I was just scrolling through Google, I was just going through some other colleges, their campuses, if I could go somewhere else, not in Mumbai. I wanted to live that life, I wanted to, like, if I was doing something which was not my first choice, I at least wanted to enjoy the most part of it. So I was looking for better colleges outside because I had a pretty good score and I could go ahead and this was before I gave my JEE Advance. If most of you all know that. I don't know what it is right now, but back then they were main and advance. Pretty crazy stuff. So yeah, to continue, that was that, and I was also in the back of my mind. I was also searching for flight schools. I had no clue how to do CPL, what CPL even meant. I just knew pilot training. That was a term that was in my head, and I'm like, पायलट बनने के लिए पायलट ट्रेनिंग करना पड़ता है. बचपन से माई पेरेंट्स एंड एवरीवन अराउंड में लाइक पायलट ट्रेनिंग बहुत महंगा है. पायलट ट्रेनिंग के लिए मैथ्स और तुम्हारा फिजिक्स में बहुत ऐसे 90% मार्क्स आने चाहिए. ऑल ऑफ दिस वर द थिंग्स दैट आई न्यू. ओके, लाइक दे वर नॉट ट्रू फर्स्टली. सो I had good marks, so I was just searching through. I still, like, while already having I got into a college, I told you, for engineering. I wanted to do computer science engineering. I'm pretty I love machines, I love tech, so I love all of that. So I was really like, I wanted to do that. If not being a pilot, I wanted to become an engineer, and in that particular field. So I continued, and while I was searching through the internet, I was like, let's just see what to do. I had no idea, I had no one to guide me, so I just searched, and I came across one of the flying schools page, Bombay Flying Club. Back then, not many flying schools were there around. There were very few flying schools in the country which were actually flying. नाम के लिए तो बहुत सारे थे. DGCA के वेबसाइट पे जाओगे तो इतना बड़ा लिस्ट आता है, बट उसमें से अच्छे बहुत कम होता है. Okay, and we all know that. I've also made a video on that. You can check it in the I button. So yeah, I was just checking, and I went to their page. I was looking to, and I told my mom, like, Mom, can we just go and check it? Like, can we just go and inquire about how much will it cost? What is the course like? How much time will it take, and so on. So as I said, my parents were really supportive. Now I didn't go through this to my dad first because he was pretty happy I got admission into an engineering college and everything. So I told him that I thought of telling him once I actually know what it is like. So me and my mother, we went to BFC. We inquired. They were really helpful. Also, this is not a sponsored video, so I'm just being honest to you guys. They were helpful to an extent where I didn't know anything. So whatever I knew was the best for me. Like, whatever I knew was what I knew actually. मेरे को उससे ज़्यादा कुछ पता नहीं था. उससे ज़्यादा कुछ information थी नहीं available तभी online. So yeah, I got to know back then the cost was around 19 lakhs. I remember it was 19 lakhs for a single engine. They didn't have a multi back then. तो single engine के लिए 19. मेरे को तो multi engine का पता भी नहीं था, to be honest. उसके बाद they told me about the medicals and stuff, and I just looked at my mother and like, I really want to do this. This is something I've always been passionate about. Like, can we just give it a try? So my mom said, fine, if you want to do it, go ahead. And again, I did not tell my dad even then because I wanted to make it like crisp clear before I even tell him that this is what I want to do. So I went ahead with my class 2 medical. I was really scared for my class 2 medical because it was the first time I was doing such a medical. And as I said, back in the day, it was CPL was not something that was very common. In present times, CPL has become a common course. Like I spoke about this in the last video as well. Everyone wants to become a pilot now. Okay, irrespective of what your passion is, what you want to do, and that's not really something I admire personally. Okay, everyone has a certain skill set. Everyone love something, you're passionate about something, do that. Don't just do it because the whole world is trying to do it. Okay, that's not how things should work. But nevertheless, let's go back to my story. So I did my class 2 medical. The result came in like 2-3 days. I cleared all my checks, all my tests, and there was nothing wrong. I was very happy. I was very relieved, and that's when I told my dad. My dad was very supportive. Both my parents were very supportive, and they said that fine, you want to go ahead, go ahead. You ask whatever the fees are. We'll see. We'll manage it. Don't worry. You don't worry about that. You do what you love. So I went to BFC. I took admission. Now I took admission a little late because, as I said, that I was gonna start my engineering degree course, and so I was like 20 days short of joining the batch that was going on. So the batch had already started their courses, and they were already there at the flying base in Dhule. So they said, you just leave whenever you're ready. You go tomorrow. It's still fine because these guys have already started their ground training. So I left for Dhule. My parents accompanied me because I didn't know I was like 18 back then. So तभी नहीं था यार इतना सब. अभी तुम लोग बहुत स्मार्ट हो गए, तब हम बुद्धू थे actually. So I went there and we started the training. Trust me, that atmosphere was something that made me so happy. I mean, even if I remember my training days right now, I have lived my life. I will not lie. I have lived my life. I've had the best of experiences, and flying is something that is personally very close to me. Okay, keeping the money part aside, keeping the glamour aside. Okay, if you love something, that thing drives you, and flying was something that drives me. Even today, you take me on a Cessna, I'll be more than happy to fly it, as much as I would be happy to start my flying very soon on the A320. Like, flying is flying. That is just it. There is nothing. That's a whole different experience. So for me, flying was being around aircrafts, and I had no knowledge about it. I was a complete dummy with respect to aircrafts. कुछ नहीं पता था मुझे. But I had a will to learn. So I went there. Those guys had already started 20 days ago. Some of them were from aviation background. Some of them were like me, who were like new to it, but they still knew some stuff because they were early over there. I took up the books. I started studying, and things were going pretty well for me. I found a house. I found good friends. I'm still friends with them. Like, we still talk. All of us are doing something good in life. Some of them are already they have already started flying like last year. Some of them are in Vistara, some are in Indigo, some are in Spice, and it was a whole different experience. We had our own PG over there. I remember 3 of my friends, we lived together. We had a whole flat, and Dhule is a very small town, so there's not a lot to do. So for us, most of the time was spent at our base in Dhule. We played cricket, we played football, we played a hell lot of things. We hadn't started off flying it because we were just new, so we were in the ground training phase, and that is basically how I ended up starting my flying training. Now, in due time, we had our SPL exam. I remember that I didn't know a lot of stuff. I had stayed up like 2 nights in a row before the SPL exam to study whatever I had missed, and I did not pass it. I'll be honest to you guys, I did not pass the SPL exam because I screwed up in such a small thing, and that was like a setback for me. I'll tell you, okay? That was like a setback for me. I'm like, damn, I chose a career over something that I was gonna do. I love this no matter what, but that is when that was the first setback, and thereafter I have never had a setback in my whole aviation career. I'll be honest. That thing, the spark that it generated in me, was something that has helped me till date to make the best decisions and to just move forward irrespective of whatever is going on in your life. Okay, things happen for a reason, and things happen for the good. Okay, just believe in this. I told you this being an instructor because I want to help you guys. I want to motivate you guys in a way that I'm not only telling the good part about my life. Okay, it has to be everything. It has to be things that helped me be what I am, helps every single pilot out there, every single good pilot out there to be where he is, to fly an aircraft, to get passengers safely on ground, and all of that. So yeah, that was the start of my journey. As we go ahead in these episodes, you'll know more about the different things that I faced, the different instances, the different emergencies or urgencies, or how I catered around them, and all of that. I'm super excited for to know did you guys like this particular episode or not, and please do comment down below whether this motivated you, this helped you, or whatever it is. Even if you didn't like it, tell me. I want to know, because I want to get honest reviews from you guys. So I guess that's about it. Also, thank you for the huge response on to Maverick Aviation. We have been getting n number of calls from you guys, and for that reason we are like starting 2 batches. We just started a batch on the 9th of March. We're going to start a new batch on the 22nd of this month for CPL ground training and flight training both. So if you're someone who's looking for the best sort of support, you're someone who doesn't know anything about CPL, anything about how to do, we're here to guide you. We're going to help you. Of course it comes at a cost, but I promise you that it's the reasonable out there in the market. I started this from a point of view to help as many students as possible, providing good service at the best cost. Okay, so if you're someone who wants to do pilot training, you can directly talk to me over this. I usually reply to messages, so you can WhatsApp me on this number. You can go check out our website, and you can also email me on this particular ID. I personally handle that. Or you can follow my Instagram handle, and I reply to most of the DMs over there. I hope you loved it. Please, as I said, go share this video, share it with your friends, share it with anyone who needs some sort of help, who needs some sort of motivation if they are really concerned about how to start or when to start, how basically anything. Just hit it. Also comment down below, as I said. With that said, I'll end this video right here. I hope you guys loved it, and see you in the next one very soon. That said, take care, stay safe, and stay golden. I love you all. Bye bye.